Next up, at UFC Vegas 102, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Kattar taking on Youssef Zalal. Kattar, 23-8 in his career, 1-4 in his last 5. He is on an unfortunate 3-fight losing skid. He's taken on Youssef Zalal, 16-5 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5 on an 8-fight win streak. Kattar's been around for a while. He's a clean, accurate boxer. You will see some stoppages on his record, but that's not just raw power. That's clean speed, proper technique. His hands are where they're supposed to be. He's got good timing, but not raw power. His hands are always exactly where they're supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to do. He's got good footwork, good angles. His boxing is very, very, very good. Takedown defense is listed at 72%, but I promise you, him and everybody at his former fight camp, New England Cartel, struggled defending takedowns. He is coming off that wrestle-heavy loss at UFC 300, where he gave up 8 takedowns. And you're going to say, well, he's not at New England Cartel anymore. He's at Firas Zahabi's gym. Okay, great. That didn't help him in his last fight, did it? And he gave up 8 takedowns there. Taking on Youssef Zalal. In 2024, Youssef Zalal was an absolute buzzsaw. He ran through everybody, blew through every single person he fought, was getting takedowns, getting submissions, and all of a sudden he went from a guy that was cut in 2021, I believe, or no, 2023 he was cut, and then he was sort of a distant striker, was patient. He was almost like what Firas Zahabi was. Then he gets cut, goes on the regional scene, earns his way back in, and all of a sudden, he's a phenomenal, aggressive grappler. He comes forward, gets a takedown, immediately snatching up submissions. Youssef Zalal has looked absolutely spectacular. His striking defense is incredible. He only is hit with 1.71 significant strikes per minute. And considering he's been to 6 decisions, that's an amazing number. This 2.0 version of Youssef Zalal is somebody that we absolutely need to keep an eye on. And we definitely have 2 fighters on 2 completely different trajectories. Kattar has won 1 fight in the last 5 or 6 years. He's clearly on the decline. Youssef Zalal, clearly on the upswing. Parlayed a cut from the UFC into something incredibly meaningful. I think this new style that Youssef Zalal has, like instead of the technical distance striking, the come forward, aggressive wrestling and grappling, I think that new style matters quite a bit here. I think that the Kattar and everybody that was at New England Cartel, I get it, he's not there anymore, struggles with takedowns, Youssef's going to take him down. I think it's just literally that simple. And sometimes you just have to read the momentum in the room. So I think Youssef Zalal wins. Hopefully when he does, he gives Jacob a shout out on the microphone. But instead of we pick him, it's we want picks. Youssef Zalal is the pick. The odds make a ton of sense to me. What do you think, Jakey boy?
It's a day one right here. It's a day one. And I'm loving everyone jumping on the Youssef bandwagon these days because he absolutely fucking deserves it. As you mentioned, worked his way back. That is my boy. 3 straight UFC wins by finish. 6 straight finish wins is absolutely insane. I was his day one. His first fight back against Billy Q, Angelo sat here and said that Youssef Zalal is a fucking bum, that he sucks, that he doesn't belong anywhere even near a gymnasium, let alone the UFC. And I said, no, Angelo. I said, no. That's my dog. I was at the fight, and I walked up to him, and I said, welcome home, baby. And after the fight, he came up and dapped me up as well because he dominated exactly the way that I said he would in spectacular fashion. And the same thing, he's scurrying away. There's me and my boy Zalal. I like Zalal. He is my dude. This is a biased pick, but at the same time, he should be able to do enough to win this fight. Now, do not be surprised if this round is closer than you guys think it's going to be, because Youssef is a guy that will take his time. He's backing up. He's a very, very tough guy to hit, but he's constantly moving left and right. He's waiting to make those reads. He doesn't force anything. So don't expect, if you guys haven't watched Youssef and you see all these finishes, right, and you see he's a -400 favorite, don't expect him to come and just shoot like an Isaac Dolgarian blast double, try to mount this guy. He's not an aggressive fighter. He lets things come to him. He caught Billy with that knee or I think it was that knee or the uppercut, whatever it was. He's an opportunistic fighter. And the thing that has changed lately is he pounces on those opportunities. Before, he was always staying safe and the fights were always close and competitive, but he just wasn't quite doing enough. Now, once he's making those reads, he has improved the wrestling, the grappling. If he gets a hold of you, he has good trips, takedowns, all that type of stuff. I would not be surprised if he does not finish Calvin Kattar. Obviously, Calvin Kattar is a very durable guy, and although he does get taken down, even Aljo struggled to find kind of an opportunity to get in there to find a finish. But I think there could be a finish here for Youssef. He should be able to get the takedowns, but I just don't want people to like start freaking out even if he like drops the first round randomly, just kind of making those reads on the outside. Eventually, he'll get to it. He has a different mentality these days. He is going to threaten for the belt. It is my dude. I saw him in Tampa as well. By the way, because I already showed that picture of me and him at Tampa with the belt. I made sure he did not fucking touch that belt. It's a fucking jinx to touch the belt before you win it. So I picked it up and I was literally like, hey, don't touch this fucking thing, Youssef, because here in a couple years, he's going to be that fucking dude again, and I can't wait. So I'm all over Youssef, obviously. That's my dude. It's biased, but he should be good enough to win for sure.
Yeah, I obviously think so, as does the line. Like, he's a heavy favorite for a reason. And that's why comments like this make no sense. You both called people dumb for not choosing $1 million over a stranger. Talk about the Mr. P stuff. But you're choosing a stranger you've met twice because of an interview. So you think we're picking Youssef Zalal only because he was on the show, when the reality is his opponent has won one fight in 5 years. He's a minus 400 favorite. He has looked absolutely amazing. Just finished 3 people in the UFC octagon alone. But yes, it's because he was on the show. And it's that kind of stupidity that you can't reason with. How am I supposed to reason with Warren Pitts? It's insane. It's insane.
Look, here's even, because they were snapping pictures, this is literally me being like, don't fucking touch it, Youssef. Let's see if it focuses. You can kind of see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Literally give him instructions like, make sure you don't fucking touch this thing.
Yeah, and I'm only picking him because he was on the show, not because he's a tremendous favorite, not because it's a very clear path to victory, not because his opponent is old and washed up and can't find a win to save himself. Only because he was on the show. Warren, you clown shoe muppet. If you want to be smarter than Warren, what you'll do is go to WeWantPicks.com. You'll unlock premium membership. It's only $10 for an entire month. Then you'll have access to everything, all the picks, all the bets, the tools. You want to do your own research? Bang, we got a tool for that. You can do tape study and everything. You just want to copy, paste, relax? Bang. All our picks and bets are right there. You want to see what we're doing for fantasy? Bang. All the fantasy breakdowns are right there. Everything we do, one single package, $10. WeWantPicks.com. Just click Become a Member at the top.